Hey there, all tennis fans. So, as you guys know, the Monte Carlo ATP Masters 1000 is going on. It's the first clay court Masters of the clay court season, and now we've reached the business end of the tournament where the quarterfinals is going to begin tomorrow. So, I'm going to go through all the four quarterfinals and predict the winner of each quarterfinal. I'm going to start right from the top half of the draw. So the first match is Musetti versus Sinner. These two have played each other only once before. That was back in 2021 in Antwerp, and Sinner won that match in straight sets. He's had a very good season this year. He's reached so far, he's done pretty well on hard courts. He reached round four at the Australian Open, and he was a he reached the semi-final in the previous two Masters. He reached the semi-finals of Indian Wells, and he was runner-up in Miami to Medvedev. And in Monte Carlo, so far he had an easy straight sets win over Schwartzman in his opening match, and then he saved a match point against Hercox to make it into this quarterfinal. Musetti, though, has had an even more impressive run, in my opinion. I mean, he's not done anything, he's hardly won any matches before this clay season, and in his very first two matches, he won three out of his four sets by the score of 6-love, and then to reach this quarterfinal, he came back from a set down against Novak Djokovic. That was incredible. That was an incredible turnaround, and I feel that he has some confidence under his belt now, and I think this is a bold prediction. I think he can defeat Sinner in three sets and move on to the semi-final. So the next one is between Medvedev and Holger Rune. So these two have never faced each other before, but I think Rune is going to be the favorite to win this match because it's on clay. And although Medvedev has had a very good hard court season and he didn't play badly on clay last year, but uh, he's not as good on clay as Rune. Rune is more comfortable on clay. As Rune had a very good season on clay and indoor hard last year, although his form hasn't been as good so far this year. Clay is his favorite surface, and I feel he's a favorite against Medvedev, not just because of the press, because he prefers clay, but Medvedev just came off of a 3 hour match against Zverev yesterday, where on two occasions Zverev was serving for the match at 5-4 in the second set and in the third set, and then he had to save two match points in the deciding set tiebreaker to defeat Zverev. So he's had a long outing, and whereas Rune, he's after defeating Team in straight sets today, he didn't have to play at all because he was handed a walkover by Berrettini. So he's definitely going to be the fresher of the two. I know it's hard to write Medvedev off. I mean, his hardcourt form prior to the clay season was something similar to his form in late 2019 and in 2021. Since the Australian Open, he's lost only one match, losing to Alcaraz in the Indian Wells final, and he won a Masters in Miami. It's hard to write him off, but because of the 3 hour match late into the night, I think he he may not have much left in the tank, and Rune, I think, can beat him in straight sets. So this is a pretty intriguing quarterfinal. Rublev versus Struff. So both of them have three wins apiece against each other, and but Struff has a 2-1 advantage over Rublev on clay, and both the matches that Struff won were in Roland Garros, including the 2021 Roland Garros. These two had an epic five setter, which in which Struff came out on top. So Rublev, he has had a decent hardcourt season, but he's done one better than Indian Wells and Miami here. He's reached the quarterfinal. He was runner up to Tsitsipas 2 years ago, if you guys recall. Um, so and yeah, he's played good tennis after losing the first set against Munar. Uh, he won 6-2, 6-2 after that, and then he defeated Hachanov in straight sets in the next round. But I think Struff has a little more confidence coming into this match after he had to come through qualifiers to make this the main draw of this tournament, and then he has defeated Ramos Vinolas, Alex De Minaur, and then um, Casper Ruud. So it's not a joke. I know beating De Minaur on clay isn't the toughest task, but having made it through qualifiers and to defeat three established players like that definitely does him a world of confidence, and I feel he can uh, come out on top of this clash against Rublev. The last three encounters between these two have all gone to the deciding set. I think this one isn't going to be any different. I think this could be probably the most interesting match among all the four quarterfinals. Okay, now coming to the last one, Fritz versus Tsitsipas. So Tsitsipas definitely has an advantage. This being on clay, he's a two-time defending champion at Monte Carlo, and is going for a third consecutive title now. With Novak Djokovic out, he will definitely fancy his chances. Um, and so for Fritz, it is his third consecutive Masters quarterfinal. He lost to Sinner and Alcaraz in the Indian Wells and Miami quarterfinals, but I think this could be his third consecutive defeat in a Masters quarterfinal. He did defeat Wawrinka in straight sets in the opening round here in Monte Carlo, and also came back from a set down to beat Lehecka and make this quarterfinal. But his record against Tsitsipas is three losses from three matches, and one of those matches was very recently in the Australian Open, where Tsitsipas came back twice from a set down and won in five sets against Fritz. So I think Tsitsipas is will feel very confident about winning this encounter. I think he's going to win it in straight sets and move on to the semi-final. So that's it for my predictions. So if my predictions come true, you will see Musetti versus Rune and Struff versus Tsitsipas in the semi-finals. Thank you very much, guys. Let me know your thoughts.